Good afternoon, you fucking feral hogs. This is a embodiment of Scarlet Devil, extra stage, no miss, no bomb, no focus. I should have done this about 8 years ago, but I did it now in celebration of this wonderful news that we received. It has been announced that there will be a remake or a port, or whatever you want to call it, of Touhou 6, embodiment of Scarlet Devil. This was announced at the Nintendo Direct that I of course watched while smacking my belly and eating food, happy at all the new Jar-Pig releases that are coming out. Just kidding, I would never play one of those. It was not shown on the English Direct because why would it? It was shown on the Japanese side. Now it got milked by people on Discord and Twitter as soon as it got shown on the Japanese side. So yeah, I was kind of robbed of the initial excitement of one of my favorite shmups of all time being ported. You could kind of get worried about this port being announced because, oh, what if it's inaccurate? But I'm gonna be honest, I watched those fucking trailers like 40-50 times, kind of just like peering for any new information that actually exists in those trailers, just to see like how accurate this is. I'm gonna be honest, it looks really accurate. The only main inaccuracy I've seen, which could be a dev tool thing, is being able to POC at not full power. But again, that could be a developer tool, that could be a debug setting. So I'm not too fussed about this. There's weird shit that's included in this port. I'm gonna call it a port. Such as the Reimu B shot limit bug, where if you're hitting enemies, your shot doesn't actually fully spawn because of the shot limit. Grazing during Reimu A's bomb, giving points but not graze. The star item value is correct. Laser graze is correct. Like, all the weird shit in EoSD that I've seen so far is accurate. I'm just upset that they didn't show corner bombing. I would have liked to know if the scoring is fucked or not, but from what I can see so far, and given that the active corner bombing, or just the mechanics of it, are included in EoSD's Omake, I mean, it's fair to say that it's going to be in the game. Zune says in EoSD's Omake or README or whatever, one of those text files, that after a bomb, star item value increases to its pre-cancel or pre-bomb cancel value. So it is a sort of quote-unquote intentional mechanic, which is very smart if you ask me. So I think it's safe to say that this will be a very accurate port. And it comes out, what was it, September 9th? Haha, funny reference. But dude, I can barely wait 3 months. I'm excited. This is the most excited I've been for a shmup release in a long time. I think ever, actually. But I want to talk about what this means for the series. The circle that is releasing this, called Team Shanghai Alice Reprise, or Reprise, or however else you want to say it. On their Twitter, it says that it is a circle dedicated to making the old works function in a proper environment. This is because EoSD and PCB and IN have major problems when trying to run on modern hardware unpatched, specifically EoSD, and it's why they started with EoSD. This could mean, and honestly is inferred, that in the future there will be releases for PCB and IN under the same sort of circle, which I'm excited for. Again, I've said before that EoSD, PCB, IN are some of my favorite shmups of all time, and I dare say, some of the best this genre has ever received. Shoot me, insane, shoot me. But no, like, this is insane news, because if you really put on your copium pipe, could mean a remake or a port of the Peace 98 releases. I know some people say, hey, there's copyright issues, but like, what copyright? All the games say Zunsoft, so maybe there's some like weird shit with amusement makers, but I really doubt it. I really doubt it. I'm sure that Zune could buy it back if he wanted to. That's if there will be a Peace 98 port. I just fucking hope it exists. I really want Mystic Square and LLS to be playable in a broad sense. So I mean, fuck with emulators. I'm so sick of it sometimes. I was talking to Jam Ears, and he mentioned that this is probably going to be like the best-selling shmup ever. And while, you know, that's not exactly true, games like Space Invaders sold like 200,000 units or something, like some crazy amount like that, I do think that this will be the best-selling shmup in the past 2 to 3 decades. Easily 2 decades. I would even wager easily 3 decades. The amount of traction that EoSD's port has gotten on Twitter, like I saw the initial announcement tweet get 6 million views. That's the Japanese one. This is gonna print money, print fucking dollar bills. So I will be buying it 100%. You know, I love me some EoSD. I'll be buying that shit day 1, day 0, frame 0. I'll be playing it, ready to go. I'm excited because I also want this team to port PCB and IN and PC98 games to proper hardware. The fact that it's coming out also on Switch 1, Switch 2, and PS5, not only that, but also Steam, is fantastic. Because instead of it being locked to Switch and people having to use Switch emulators, you can just run it natively on Steam. All the PC guys can just run it on Steam, which is awesome. But it also shows a huge fucking monetary source for this team to incentivize for them to actually make further ports. That's what I'm most excited for. As for, you know, some stuff that's actually in the port, other than it being seemingly very accurate, there's the Infinite Lives mode, which seems to be fine. I have no real issue with it. I might actually, like, I'm just gonna fast forward through this fucking. Get the fuck out of here. We're fast forwarding. Ah ha ha. And we're not sitting here for 60 seconds. Alright. So there's a challenge mode of sorts, Infinite Lives mode. I mean, this was already done in Touhou games with point device mode. So it's not super out of the ordinary for Zune to make. I don't see the point, personally, but I know some people will really like it getting into the games, and that's good. Stage 5 is the last stage on Easy still, which I think is hilarious. I know some people have huge problems with that, but that's just like classic for EoSD. That is what makes EoSD EoSD, is locking you, incentivizing the player to, hey, play on the higher difficulty and you'll see the true last boss, right? I think that's fucking cool. Incentivize the player to go out of their way to push themselves to see content of the game. Right? Isn't that what shmups are all about? Pushing yourself? I think it's normal. I think it's cool. I wish more games kind of did it, but it's neither here or there. I'm really hoping for online leaderboards. Of course, we probably won't get them. Being realistic, we might not get them. But man, it would be cool if they existed. It would be so fucking cool to actually like score the game and see it on a proper leaderboard instead of having to hunt down replay files. I also hope that the replays don't desync, but given that it seems that this is made from the original backup that Zune had, he said on a stream that he found an original backup with a bunch of assets and shit, which is why all the portraits are being redrawn by, I forget who it is, but someone that's actually like very talented at their work and is doing a great job of kind of recapturing that Zune feel, you know, making the portraits look really funny. I can't wait to see Sakia. They didn't show her at all in the trailer, which is a fucking crime. I really want to see the Sakia face, the funny Sakia face, in the remake. I'm gonna have a fucking blast laughing at that thing. But you know what? I think it's a good time to be a Touhou fan. I think it's a fantastic time, because if this does well, which, let's be honest, it's gonna fucking sell like hotcakes. If this does well and we get ports of PCB, IN, and, you know, let me huff my copium a little bit, pray for Mima, that PC98 games also come out, this is the biggest news that the Touhou series has ever seen. Just ever. And is some of the biggest shmup news that has come out in the past 20-30 years. What comes close? Realistically, what comes close? Like M2 saying, hey, we're porting arcade shmups. That's the closest thing that I can think of. Don't even get me started on that fucking DFK port, by the way. Just want to mention like 1 second about that. Oh, we're adding a new stage and it's just DDP stage 6 again. Yeah, great, fantastic, thanks for that. But no, this is a very exciting time for the Touhou community, and if you're especially a player of these games, I feel like EoSD is gonna fucking explode. If this port comes out and it's like like pinpoint accurate with the original, ooh boy, things are gonna heat up. Things are gonna heat up in the playing community once this shit drops. I suspect the score chasing will be hot. And that kind of concludes what I want to bring up about this port. I'm very excited and I can't wait for it to come out. I am Peric Earl, Eric Pearl, Slotmaster Pearl, and I'm signing off. Oh, yeah, this run was pretty cool.